Everyone's complaining, high airfares. You know, can't get tickets, getting gouged the eyes. Wallets are hurting. No one can even buy or afford tickets.
I know.
Got to think smarter than that. That's why I've gone to a good website on the black market.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. For grand final? Oh, Dan.
Sold a kidney. I've got tickets and airfares to the game.
Oh, Dan. But you live in Melbourne. Why do you need flights for the grand final?
Well,
How much were the tickets?
a kidney's worth.
Okay.
Now you mentioned it. It's really sore. It was such a bad idea, wasn't it?
I don't know why you did that.
Sorry. Play this thing.
Hey guys, welcome to the Dan Does Footy podcast. You can find more of Dan Does Footy on the website, Spotify, YouTube, and social media. Lids off. See ya.
There was heaps of sick kids, and I was like, where are they? Kick him harder. Kick him all harder. Punch him in the face. That was bloody horizontally challenged, if you get what I mean. Boner. Tough crowd today. Should we say this is the line? If you don't hear the next bit, it's over the line? Okay, so if you don't hear the next bit, I've got over the line. Who's just walked past Punt Road? It dips him. Hey, grand final week. We are ready to party. Bad time to be. You know what you can hear in the distant background? Mm-hmm. That shaking of pots. All the beers shaking in their pots. It was grand final week. We're ready to party this Saturday. Big party come on. You got your boots?
No, but I've been sending you
Outfits for Saturday.
Myriad of outfits that I'm going for.
Yeah, nice.
I looked at a leopard print suit. Ideally, would like to find a lion print suit.
That's bold.
But I don't know what I'm going for. Have you sorted your outfit out?
I haven't yet, but we'll get into something. I'll wear something nice, I guess.
Okay.
You're hearing the voice of the great Ollie Gill there. No ACLs, Quidditch, as we know. We've also got my best friend who's been requested weirdly by one person a lot, Mr. Joseph Lopez. Welcome, Joe Lopez, to the show.
Thanks for having me, everyone.
Well done. How are you, my friend? You're
good.
from the Gold Coast. Do you want us to slow things down for you when we speak?
What was that?
Do you want us to slow things down for you when we speak?
Yeah, it's actually a bit too intense. My heart's beating. But I've got a few shout-outs that I want to get out quickly.
No,
Why
you
not?
don't get to come on here and do shit out.
We agreed with this.
No.
Oh.
Okay, give one shout-out then.
Laura Kane.
Okay, you did meet Laura Kane. Remember that story? Did I tell the story about him
one?
meeting Laura Kane?
No.
I completely disrespected her.
You did.
But I had the
podcast,
intention
yeah.
of being friendly.
You did. Nah, for the President's Lunch, maybe, round 4?
Collingwood Carlton.
There, Collingwood Carlton.
Yeah.
I was speaking to Laura. Joe was there.
Oh, that's right. He took my spot.
Yeah, just shaking hands, saying, how you going? It was great to meet her. She was a big fan of the pod, she said.
That's great.
And Joey came over and asked, what do you do for a living? It was like that meme, how much do you earn and what do you do for a living? That was exactly how it went. So Joey's here to run through some grand final stuff with us. He also beat the grand final party. We're excited for that. That's big.
Yeah.
That is big.
Anything free.
Anything free, Joey's in. But I can't wait. It's going to be great. Grand final week. Parade is Friday. Does anyone actually go to the parade anymore?
Well, is it on the water again this year?
Nah, we don't do that anymore. That
I
was a
quite
COVID
liked
thing.
it.
Nah, we don't. I don't reckon I've ever been to a parade. Have you been to a parade?
Yeah, I went to the one on the water.
Did you actually?
Yep.
It actually just struck me as something you would do.
No, but it was unreal.
But you can't see anyone.
Well, yeah.
Wait, they're on the Yarra?
Oh, it was,
Yeah.
yeah, last year.
We'll
No,
go.
year before.
Year before.
Year before was on the Yarra.
Yeah.
That was COVID times. We're back to getting around each other, getting near each
Yeah.
other, coughing at each other.
Yeah,
We're back
yeah,
to normal
licking
times.
each other.
Also, I do like on grand final parade, I like that when they get to the stage and they go through the parade and they
Yeah.
get to the final stage and all the teams are on stage and they come together.
Yeah.
The holding of the cup by the captains. There's always a big thing about who lets go first. And that's like a little insight into their mindset. I can't wait to see that.
It's a bit, well, actually, no, I was about to say it's a bit like a presidential debate, but we've learnt we're not even
Don't
going to
talk
go
about
there.
politics.
But it is like that. It's like who's going to shake the hand first.
Yeah, you don't talk about politics, mate. We've
Okay,
learned all
we've
this in big
learned
time.
It's always
Luke
Trump
Darcy.
pulling in harder too.
Well, exactly.
Yeah, Luke Darcy's going to politics. Hear that?
No, talk to me.
Leaving Channel 9, I think he is. Going to Channel...
Seven.
Leaving Channel 7, sorry. Going to politics.
Okay.
Yeah. He's done with Kane Corns.
What's he going to, like what sort of area?
I have no idea. I don't
council.
Well, him and Cooter going head to head.
Yeah, I did see that.
There's got to be someone better we can
Sure,
find.
it's going to be local council.
There's got to be someone locally that we can find other than Cooter and Luke Darcy.
I'll go up against them.
Yeah. It is a big week, ladies and gentlemen. We've already got an argument between Katy Perry and the AFL. Already arguing because the league only wants her to play absolute bangers. We're thinking last Friday night. We're thinking hot and cold, teenage dream, Firework, Dark Horse,
Kissed a Girl.
Kissed a Girl,
Yeah.
Raw.
We're going Raw.
Raw?
Yeah. Do
We're
you
thinking
ever
that.
feel? Sorry.
I'm going to sing. Yeah, okay.
Welcome.
We're not allowed to sing. People are getting a bit sick of us singing. Or should we sing again?
Do you ever feel?
Like a
The
plastic.
bag
Drifting
through
through
the
the
wind.
wind.
What does that even
Wanting
fucking
to
mean,
start
Katy
again.
Perry? Do you ever feel like a plastic bag?
I feel like
Drifting
it
through the
sometimes.
wind. It's
Drifting
like-
through the wind. Well, we're already arguing the AFL and Katy Perry. Now, this is apparently, we're hearing whispers from over there from, okay, I don't know if this is common knowledge, but the biggest stage we've ever seen for a grand final performance. That's a lot because Robbie Williams is pretty big. Kiss was pretty big. Katy Perry, we're thinking, might take up the whole field with her
Jeepers.
performance. Also said she's bringing out an Australian artist, a woman that she looks up to. Are we thinking it could be Ralph Carr and Tina Arena? Do you
thinking Kylie
believe in love?
Kylie Minogue.
Is it?
Oh, it has to be.
I think
Who's
it's
bigger
someone.
than her?
Holly Valance. Holly Valance. So we're thinking that she's bringing out someone, but they're arguing now that, hey, Katy Perry, we've paid you $5 million. You're on a good wicket to come out here. We just want to hear straight bangers. And she's gone back to them and said, no, I've got at least 2 songs that I want to play for my new album, 143. Reviews on that? Not great. Terrible reviews on it.
And you don't need to add the 3.
No.
We just rattled
1-4.
off 5 songs she can
Yeah.
play anyway that we'd all enjoy.
All she needs is 5 songs, but I just want 5 songs. I think for that money, if she's getting paid $5 million, I think I speak for everyone when I say I just want her. I want to be 5-10 beers deep, and I want her to sing "I Kissed a Girl" and be floating above the MCG or whatever party I'm at,
Yeah.
just like having an out of body experience listening to her. I kissed a girl and I liked it.
Yeah.
Is that too
And
much
it's
to
just not
ask?
going to happen, is it?
Well, I think that she won't play "I Kissed a Girl."
Well, I'm more concerned that she's still in Brazil. And I know that these artists, you know, their body is used to travel and jet lag. But I just can't help but feel you need to be
Good
on
to go.
Australian Eastern Standard Time by now.
She's back here. She's in Melbourne now.
What, as of this
Yeah,
morning?
she had a little light run through, the captain's run at the G yesterday. She had a captain's run. Now, that is actually a big argument now because the Brisbane boys, who are also flying into Melbourne right now, they want to do their actual main session on the MCG and they can't because Katy Perry is setting up absolute fortress on the G. So now she's got the AFL pissed off and the Lions pissed off already. Not a good start for Katy Perry. And she has the audacity to want to play some new songs. Katy Perry, with all due respect, don't give us any of that new shit.
Yeah.
If I hear one new song, we riot. I reckon. I don't want to hear any song that I've never heard before. In fact, you know what? She's coming out here. Let's give her one. One song that we've never heard before.
Yeah.
Plug the new album, but if she tries 2 on us
Anymore, she's out of there.
anymore, she's out.
I think if you're playing 5 songs, she can get away with playing the 3rd as a new one. Start with
Yeah,
2
go one in the
familiar
middle when
ones,
we're getting beers.
then 1 just while we're a bit distracted.
Should she lead with a new
then-
song?
No.
Or should she starts with a banger?
No, she needs to hook us.
So she's going to put like a shit sandwich.
Totally.
Fireworks, Teenage Dream, some random song.
Correct.
End with Raw.
Correct.
That kind of setup.
Perfect.
Okay, I like that. Also on the grand final this week, and it happens every year, the media, we have to stop with this night grand final thing. Have they never been to like a barbecue before? Have they never been around their mates, like music, sun out? Never experienced the beauty of that at 2:30?
My contention to that, what about the twilight last week? Geelong Brizzy. I reckon that was perfect.
That was a good. I like that time slot in the regular AFL season, but there's nothing better on Saturday grand final,
for the
2:30,
grand, yeah.
sun out. Like, let's stop saying that. No one wants a grand final. Does anyone actually want a grand final, a night grand final?
Well, I missed out on it. I wasn't here. So I don't know what it was like. So you thought it was a bit rubbish?
It was just a long day of drinking. Because you know what happens on grand final? That sun comes out.
it
As
sounds
sun comes
awful.
out, it's like, okay, it's drinking time.
What's so bad about that? Don't you just get more time for fun?
No, but I couldn't even see the players by the end of it.
I think you still drink this same amount. I mean, last year we carried on a little bit too much as well.
I'm just thinking, I think if you have a night grand final, that's just too much time during the day of waiting around drinking.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're peaking at the wrong time.
I want
then
to
you
peak
forget.
at half time.
Yeah.
Don't you reckon? And then maybe if my tummy's not sore, go on after that. But have the option to go home and have a good night's rest.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay?
Yeah, okay.
We have to stop the night grand
Well,
final.
I just want to give it a go. Have you ever had a overseas grand final in a different time zone? That is the most fun in the world.
Is it?
Turning up at an Australian bar somewhere
Yeah,
in
that would be
Europe,
good.
and you rock up at 3:30 in the morning. Game will start at like 4:30. But the entry, this was the place I went to in London, was they give you a VB and a pie at like 4 a.m.
At London.
See, that's when you want it for.
And I was like,
as well.
this is unbelievable.
Pubs in London suck.
Oh,
They do. I don't know if anyone listens in London. Love you. Thanks for listening.
course they do. I've got the stats here. Do you want me to
pubs
tell
are
you how
terrible.
many?
You guys want a warm pint of fucking mud water? That's what they get in London. I went there once. I went to London once, and it's the first time for a last time at that pub. Hated it. Ollie, you would fit in perfectly there.
Yeah, I'm hating this from you.
It's just like there's no racing on, there's no sport on. It's just let's just get a room temperature beer, sit outside and just be freezing cold, pretend like we're enjoying this thing.
I think the thing is, and I've said this before, that sort of environment gives you too much opportunity to be quiet and overthink about things in your life. That's the thing, it scares you a little bit, because the idea of a London pub is sit by the fire, have a beer that tastes good, you know, like something with a bit of substance, maybe a whiskey even, certainly a red wine, and talk and converse and that sort of thing. And that scares you a little bit.
I need to be stimulated.
You need to be stimulated.
It's the intellectual conversation.
Yeah,
That's what we
actually,
like.
if you guys wouldn't even be able to keep up with me in an intellectual conversation.
In a what?
Okay? You know, let's have one right now.
Yeah. What would you like to talk
I
about?
heard the stutter.
What are your thoughts on Trump?
No,
Don't
I'm not
touch
going
it,
there.
don't touch it, don't touch it, don't touch it,
We
don't
could
touch
talk
it.
about the
Don't
political,
touch it.
political unrest between China and Taiwan. What do you think about that?
I feel like Jaden Smith right now. You know, he wants to talk about the political state of the world right now. Let's
I
do
just
that.
want to move on. I want to move on from. I want to move on to the Brownlow medal. Paddy Cripps
Get back in your comfort zone.
wiped the floor with a record-breaking most votes ever in a camp. 45, almost had a 50-piece. Just kept racking up these votes. Had more votes than Neil and Bontempelli combined. That's just an absolute shellacking. Beating the Bont by 26 votes is wild.
Bont was robbed.
I mean, Bont was robbed. What more does he have to do?
He could have come third. I mean, he's not getting 48, but
Bont didn't get a look in. And, you know, Andrew Dillon's wife, what she said before the count, which got everyone in a frenzy.
do you reckon next year there's going to be an overcorrection? Bont's going to win. Remember last year everyone was pissed off Neil got too many votes? He didn't go as well as expected this
Overcorrect
year.
him.
Yeah.
Overcorrect him. But before the count, we know what Andrew Dillon's wife said. Got out there and said something that she said the quiet part out loud to the public. You just know.
Yeah.
You just know before Andrew went out and started the count, they had an argument. You know, it's my first count. What are you doing?
The most tense Uber ride home
It was.
you would have ever seen.
Are we thinking she knew? Was there some whispers at home saying, hey, like, great night tonight, can't wait, we're excited, you look beautiful. Just a heads up, Bont doesn't poll that well.
I'm going to play devil's advocate here. I don't think that that's what happened. I reckon what she was saying is she's probably been around enough conversations that maybe potentially people that hold a position of power have just shared their thoughts. And she's kind of just piggybacked on the fact that other people have thought, well, I don't think Bont's going to be anywhere near this one. I think that Cripps is going to run away with it. I think maybe Dacos could run away with it.
Yeah.
And she was just echoing the thoughts of, I've sort of been told that he's nowhere near it.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. So that's what I've been
Have you
hearing.
considered the deep dive on Reddit, perhaps?
Yeah,
There's
she
a lot
would
of
be a
voices
big
on
Reddit
there.
person.
Yeah.
Maybe as well.
true.
It was very sus. I think even when she said that, the market blew Bont out. They went into that and said, okay,
did
now
it?
Bont's drifting out as well now.
That's not a great look.
Poor Bont had a not a great night. Also messaged me that
What?
night. I just, I put the
What?
video out there. I put the video out there and I said, hey, look, what has this guy got to do to get recognised by the umpires? We're going to be seeing this guy be one of the most dominant players over the 5 years.
Man of the people.
And to not be recognised as one of the all-time greats because the umpires have some kind of vendetta against him.
Yeah.
And he said, hey, you're a real one. I said, hey, Bont, keep being great, my man. You're the GOAT. You're the GOAT. So now we're friends, friend of the pod.
That's unreal.
Yeah, then you get him on. So he was picking up what I was putting down. But I think the whole thing, though, everyone is the main takeaway is yes, Cripper, 45 votes, great. Now I think he deserved to win it. That's the general consensus. Yeah, great year. I think he was the favourite going into it. Everyone thought he would win. But 45 votes, that's a shitload of votes. And I'm with everyone. Should have polled more. That's not. I'm with them. There's a good bit of uproar. 45 votes, not enough in my books. 45 or 69 votes is wild.
He just has such a recognisable game as well when he plays. So, if he has 20, someone else has 25, they're going to notice Cripper bursting out of the middle of the pack, giving a strong handball, tackling hard.
Yeah.
I think that's where he gets the extra ones.
He's recognisable.
And
He's handsome as shit.
Yeah, he is handsome.
Well,
that's a great point.
My mate Jono, they're my Carlton friends.
I know Jono.
You know Jono. He was telling me a great story the other night when we were watching it. He's like, apparently, Cripper had a really decent sit down with Juddy. No one better to talk to about these sort of things.
Yeah.
And he said, what you got to do is you got to memorise every umpire's first name, and when it might be a good call or a bad call, you go, yeah, fair enough, John. Yep,
Oh, I
cool,
rate
no worries,
that.
Matt.
Smart.
And so
Yeah.
Juddy apparently used to have all the umpire player profile sort of setups in his locker. So he'd know on the day,
No.
everyone. Goal umpire, yep. And he said, that's what you got to do. You got to go up to them. And so then,
Yeah.
Just the names, or do you know the star signs and the kids'
well, you
names
could
and
do.
everything
I
else?
mean,
Yeah.
that
I
would
reckon you
help.
go deep dive on that.
But like, so if you've just finished a game and you're going in there and doing your votes, well,
Who's speaking to me a lot?
yeah, if the
I think it was.
captain
Yeah.
of Carlton knows my name,
Yeah.
why not?
I like that.
Yeah.
Good tactic.
Great. I mean, it's worked twice.
You watch next year, every player's going to go shake their hand and say good day to the
might
players,
even do it.
the umpires. Well done to Cripper. I was 2-time Brownlow medalist now, absolute goat. Came down to 2, Cripps and Dacos, and you got a feel for baby goat Dacos. Imagine like being this stiff that you break the record for most votes in a Brownlow count, and then you lose. Well, you lose after you poll in 10 straight games, lose by 7 votes to a guy who broke the record as well, but broke it by more. Stiff, and he was flat. How flat was he?
He wasn't liking it. Eh?
was
He was
flat
like
as.
trying to be happy for Cripper, but
I
just
know.
couldn't be.
A lot of people gave him some love though, which I thought was good. Like
Mate.
Cripper straight away was like, mate, also.
So before that speech, the guy, not only did Cripper say, hey, great year, you're going to get heaps of these going forward, there was a guy before Cripper that also said, hey, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
It's like, sorry for what happens here. Like, that's a lot of votes. You shouldn't have been beaten.
Yeah.
We apologise to Dacos for losing.
Yeah.
He's going to win plenty. He's going to be fine, but he looked genuinely filthy
Yeah.
after and during the count. Even when Josh was filthy, Nick was filthy, Nick's partner filthy, a lot of patting on the knee saying it's
Yeah,
okay.
a lot
It's
of
okay,
rubbing.
calm down. A lot of fake smiling, a lot of cameras on Nick as well. A lot of camera action on Nick. Poor Nick. That's the last thing you want, I reckon, after you've polled 38 votes. Would have won a Brownlow in any other year to have the camera on you as Cripper's delivering.
Try and look
his
professional
speech.
and
Try and
happy
look
for someone
professional.
else, yeah.
Poor Nick Dacos. This is crazy. 70 AFL games, 77 Brownlow votes.
Wow.
He's averaging the highest out of any player ever.
That's incredible.
Brownlow votes
Yeah,
per
it's
game,
ridiculous.
1.18.
He'll get a Brownlow then. Just be happy
Well,
next
Bond
year.
should. And
Yeah,
Bond's
Bond-
not.
Yeah. Willie.
Crazy,
Oh yeah, well,
crazy.
Bond's winning it next year because of the correction.
True.
Correction.
True. It was a bit of a weird night, though, don't we reckon? So we had Andrew Dillon's wife leaking that Bond
Yep.
wasn't going to poll well. Then we had the red carpet itself.
Yeah.
Now I was there. Bit happening.
Okay.
A lot of traffic on the red carpet. A lot of bodies moving through. They had this year the new thing. I don't know if you picked up on TV, if you watched it, the open audience there on the red carpet.
Yeah.
The first time for the last time.
Really?
There was just
Bit
8-year-old
lippy,
kids
or-
screaming, Creeper! Creeper! I was like,
Where
this
were
has
you when
just
all
gotta
this was
stop.
happening?
I was on the outside.
Yeah.
cheering
Also,
for
people
as
getting
well.
sledged as they're walking into the Brownlow. Yeah, you just don't want that.
Just wild. And then we started with that, and then Hamish at the start, the intro video, the pump-up video, talking to buildings. It was where
Yeah.
Hamish had a mare, I think.
It wasn't his best
Was
performance.
his best performance from Haim. And Haim is normally a good media performer.
Creeper.
Yeah.
Dacos.
That's what it was like. Because he's got his back turned to us. It was just like, he had a bit of a rough night. A few gags didn't land.
Oh, some of the gags, the throwing the records on the ground. I went, "Bleh."
Had a fascination with numbers as well.
Yeah.
Didn't he? Twos, the whole 2 thing, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, just like.
I mean, that was weird.
It was weird.
coincidence, but-
It was weird. So he started off weird and got weirder as the night went on. Told you whose table was the vibe. St Kilda's table. Wow. Weren't
They were
they
going
there
for it.
just
They were
to
launching.
have a big crack?
Just
Every
wa-
time they got
yeah.
votes, it went erupted.
Just wait for Monday. That's
Yeah.
gonna
Oh,
go
they're
off.
BNS Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. You're emceeing it.
Yeah, it's going to go off.
Oh, yeah.
No cameras. Lock the doors.
Love that.
gonna
They
be a
were up
lock-in.
and about. Royal
Yeah.
Marshall was there to get votes and sink piss.
Were they sitting right in the middle?
No, I reckon they were towards the back.
Yeah,
Next
I
to
re-
North for sure.
I reckon North were right at the back too because they were absolutely carrying on too.
Yeah, I
like they
think
weren't getting many
North-
votes, but they were carrying on.
I think the teams that aren't anywhere near it get put almost in the corner somewhere
It
with no
should
lights
go
on
in
them.
ladder order, to be fair. That would be a good idea.
I wonder how they do work it out.
Yeah.
I reckon wooden spoon not allowed to go.
Outside.
Yeah, you stop
Yeah.
playing for the number one pick, just you're out.
Yeah.
Go to
Yeah.
Brownlow.
You should be doing it from the gaming floor if you're the last team.
Yeah.
Next to the roulette tables.
Yeah, totally.
That's where you sit. But their tables vibe also saw Cal Wilkie
What about him?
had to go at us
What?
for leaking that he started a job.
Oh.
He said, look, I'm allowed to have interests outside of sport. I
Did
said,
he
yeah.
message you?
No, he said it verbally to me. He got very lippy, which is we love him, but he said, I'm allowed to have another interest outside of playing AFL. And I said, I get that, but you're probably not allowed to have another job because you're CFO of a company now. And so was Brad Couch. So he knew, he got back to him.
Are we...
So you have to deal with that Monday.
Yeah, because he's one of my... Well,
Player
I wasn't
sponsors.
going to say closest friends, but like at the club, he's the one that probably respects me more than anyone
Wow.
else.
You're gonna have
he
to do
might-
some PR now.
He might
Really
have some words
fix
with you
this up.
Monday about the whole job thing and us leaking that he has a job.
Well, we didn't leak it. It's
He
online.
leaked himself. Brad
It's on
Crouch leaked
LinkedIn.
it. Yeah, Brad Crouch leaked it, but he said that. So that was on the red carpet, so that rattled me a bit.
Fair enough. So did you go in to interview him?
No, I was there. So what happens is when you're on the red carpet, we're all lined up on the barrier, like all the media. And what happened last year, I think that's why they put the new stand in for the 8-year-old kids to yell.
Sure.
Is that because if they didn't have that, they're so far away, they normally just hug the back wall and don't talk to any media. So I think that was the thing of like, hey, who do I pick here? The 8-year-old nuffies, or do I just do the media?
They're copping a sledge instead of a little interview.
Yeah. So that was happening as well. And then during the count, Andrew Dillon started off well. Bit shaky to start, but had a good pace. He wanted to wrap this thing up early, which I think we all wanted. And as we started getting momentum and more momentum, getting close, getting excited, just AFL decided, hey, who wants a song? Not one song, not 2 songs, but 3 songs. With all due respect, why are we having songs? Medal count. Oh, Dan Sultan's probably a great artist. Never heard of him in my life.
Right.
It felt like the songs were going for 10 minutes per piece.
They were long
It's like,
songs.
come on, let's wrap it up.
Here, Ollie the arts guy would have loved it. Here, what was your opinions of the
You are
songs?
pretty artsy, actually.
Yeah, I thought he did quite a good job. I thought that it added to some of the montages, admittedly. I like that. It probably doesn't need to be like an actual like a break to let's just listen to a song.
Can they do the song that ad breaks? Or what do we have to go through it?
But I don't mind the whole like, okay, this is the class of retiring players.
That was good.
Watch the montage and here's a song.
Andy Brayshaw was very good.
He
That
was
was
great.
one of the greatest speeches I've seen.
He
I
was
reckon, at
he was
Brownlow.
great. That was from the heart. Teared up towards the end.
Very eloquent speaker.
He spoke really well.
Yep.
Really well. Rory Sloan was a bit shaky. Wasn't he?
I think he was great.
I think the teleprompter was going to be too quick for him.
I
Or
think-
something happened.
I think if you're reading off a teleprompter, you can't have jokes. That's my opinion.
Well, because he's
Because-
pausing for laughter.
Yeah, you're pausing for laughter, and it's
Wait
too,
for claps.
It's
He's like-
too stressful reading comedy, essentially.
It is, yeah.
That needs to just be
Off the cuff.
off the cuff.
Yeah.
It is what it is. But if it's just a script, you're going to get away with it.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
then he's going to try and sound like he's not reading
Yeah,
while
yeah,
making
true.
a joke.
Yeah.
Very difficult to do.
Yeah, but Brayshaw was very good. I thought he spoke really well, spoke from the heart. Always has been a good speaker and media performer. So I don't know, have we got an update on what he's doing? How's he going? Do we know?
No,
I think he
no
runs
idea.
an
Health.
Onion Instagram page, doesn't he?
He runs that Onion Instagram
Have you not
page.
seen that, the Instagram page for Onions?
No.
You
I
haven't
think
seen
that's
that?
he's playing
Producer
down.
Ollie,
the
you're onto
Onion
that.
thing.
Get on.
not,
do it.
not the Onion.
No, he runs. So he has. I'm pretty sure he has an Instagram page where he cooks and does like different tricks with onions, and he cuts them up and he does reviews on certain onions. And he loves them. He reckons they're the most versatile vegetable there is.
We got to stop these footy
Hey,
players.
let's
I
hope-
could be wrong, and I'm going to be so embarrassed. If I am,
Let's
but
hope he gets healthy if true soon, because that's pretty random. If he's having a page for onions.
I think he's been doing it for quite a while, pre-COVID.
Has he?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. That's weird. Okay, you looking at this, Ollie? You trying to find onions or
can't
not?
see a lot.
No, maybe Joey's. Joey's
I need
just
someone
flying
to
down from the
vouch for
Gold
you,
Coast,
yeah.
just making shit up, which is not. It's pretty on brand for the show. I don't hate that at all.
It's on my run sheet.
Harley Reid, goal of the year, beat Nick Dacos twice. Dacos had a rough night. Goal of the year and $50,000.
Yeah.
That's the easiest money he'll ever make in his life.
100%. And relationship.
Back on with Yaz.
Back on.
Back on with Yaz. We know that there's a guy in Essendon who saw him looking for engagement rings in Essendon.
Yeah.
So watch this space.
He did the most. He actually, for mine, did one of the worst slip ups of the night.
no.
So he gets asked a question about Yaz, and he goes, "Yeah, no. So like, what are you going to do now? Like off season?" He goes, well, stick around Melbourne for a bit and watch Yaz play heaps of footy and try and learn a thing or two off her." Nah, but really, and I went, "Oh no,
He loved giving himself a rap on the night, I reckon.
no."
Yeah. I mean,
Nah, but seriously,
nah, just kidding. Yeah, wow. I didn't notice that from Harley. Normally very good in the media as well.
but
Hey,
yeah,
but
back
he's-
on. Good
He's
to
still
see.
young. Give him a chance.
He
He'll
is
get better.
young. His
Yeah.
thing with Hamish is weird. Hamish's question of, hey, when did you get your first Brownlow votes? Hey, when the fuck do you reckon? You know? What do you reckon? What question's that?
Well, he's the king of not actually asking a question, because he just sort of said, "So, first Brownlow votes."
He just
Yeah, what
rattled
about
me.
like what about them?
Like,
we
is that a
think-
question or a
Yeah.
statement? What's
Do we
going on?
think Ham wasn't prepared at all? Does Ham just roll in and just be like, fuck it, I'm going to go a heap of numbers here and just confuse the shit out of everyone
Maybe
tonight?
he was nervous because his brother wasn't there.
Oh, I think
True.
you'd be onto
Sort of
something there.
like, no, I don't want to do it if he's not.
True. So he won goal of the year. Did the goals stink a little bit this year?
They're all just running out of the middle of the pack,
Yeah.
kicking it from 50.
Remember when the goals were good?
It was
Back
no
in the
Eddie
day.
Betts.
There was
Was
no, but
it?
even Jack Higgins one that should have been right up there.
Oh yeah,
They didn't get nominated or not? But it was a goal, wasn't it?
yeah. Yeah.
Jeez, wow. That would have won for mine. Bobby Hill won Mark of the Year and also $50,000. And then Hamish again started speaking to Bobby Hill and started speaking in riddles.
Yeah.
And it's more Rain Man
Confused the
numbers.
shit out of him up there.
Yeah, I
He
know.
had no
Bobby
idea
Hill was
what
like, what are
going
you
on.
talking about? We have no idea what you're doing, with your questions here, Haim. Heaney, we knew was going to fly out the gates. He flew out the gates, the big boy. 21 votes after 10 games. And then Sydney, that fluffy they've got, ended up, they had 3 players in the top 11 of the count. That's a serious
How do you
squad.
stop that?
That's a squad. That's going to be tough to stop this weekend for Brisbane. Those 3 players
And
alone.
they're all kind of cute as well.
They're all pretty hot. They're
Yeah.
all they're very good looking players up there. Must be a prerequisite to be a Sydney player
I think it is.
and be Charlie Horsewater. We spoke about the Bond. And then I think the big thing, obviously, with the votes, but the big thing that I think now we've got to look at, and they're going to try and change the rules, or everyone wants the vote count to change in some way to work out a better way to figure out who is the best player in the league. We had some players getting votes out there for doing nothing.
Yeah.
For being completely honest. Harry Petty had 13 touches and a goal and got 3 votes.
Well earned 3 votes.
Warner had 22 touches in a loss against Richmond and had a vote. He wasn't in the top 15 players in the field. Then we had Cripper, who was getting votes for having 19 touches and going at 14% by foot. A lot of conversations on field. That helped that one.
A lot of first names that game.
And then the big one was the umpires mixing up Josh Dacos and Nick Dacos in round 13. So Josh Dacos had 34 touches, Nick had 15 and was subbed off at half time, and Nick got a vote.
I think they just assumed it was the right one. Like, usually he's good. Chuck it in.
I don't know. Congrats to Cripps. Like, I love that he, obviously I do love him because of the blue bagger. We love that he won, but we got to change how this voting system works. And it's not up to me. It's way above my brain power to work out how we do this thing, how we fix it. But there has to be some kind of investigation how we can make this thing better.
Well, I don't think it is way above your pay grade. Just let them see the stats.
Do you reckon though? But if they see the stats, they're just going to go off the stats.
But what's wrong with that?
But you're a big vibe man. I think that's what they do. They just go off the vibe at the end of the game as well. And they just go, yeah, I think Dacos looked all right. We'll just give it to him.
That's true.
I don't know. I actually don't know how you fix it. Is there a panel? Do we do a panel? Independent panel and they vote throughout the year?
It
How's
should
the
just be
NBA
like
do
the
it?
coaches' votes.
Coaches' votes?
I feel like the coaches' votes, they nail it every time.
I think
unless
that
they get
award
biased to
now,
their team players.
that award now, the coaches one is way more prestigious for me than the Brownlow.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say more prestigious. I say Brownlow's more prestigious, but it's more meaningful because it's more accurate reflection of how the game went.
Yeah. I'm going to drop this. I'd rather win a coach's best player award than a Brownlow medal.
No, you don't. You don't mean that.
I do.
Really?
Yeah. Brownlow means nothing anymore. Cribbers had 45 votes, mate. It means shit all. Let's be completely honest. Everyone is laughing at the Brownlow medal. Are we not laughing at it?
I was
We had a
just
group
chuckling,
message
yeah.
laughing at some of the votes. Like, it is an absolute...
Yeah.
It's a piss take at the moment. And I get that that's how they got to do it, and it's been like that for so long. But if the whole media is questioning it, if 7AFL put a thing up saying, drop your comments on who had the funniest vote polling, or something like that. And then you got the fans laughing at it. The players are scoffing. Chad Warner's in there doing faces to
Yeah,
Horse.
yeah.
Nick and Josh are laughing because they got the players confused. People were laughing at the Brownlow.
Yeah, it's true.
It hasn't ever really been like that. It's been close counts. There's been some controversy here or there over close games. But this year especially, I felt like we're just laughing at this award now, which is horrible because it's supposed to be the award in our game. So give me an AFLPA award over the Brownlow.
I think
If I want a Brownlow, I wouldn't even put it in the house.
Well, didn't I think Cripper's wife Mon was asked where does he keep the first one, and she went, I don't know, I haven't seen it in a while.
True.
So there you go.
does it come in a little box?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
would.
worry about
So
that.
the box is going in the drawer somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough.
It'd be somewhere. Big news coming out of the MCG today. Laura Kane and the league are holding a round table discussion about the rules of the game. Not a formal meeting, just a, hey, I want to get your thoughts on some of the things. The AFL want feedback, holding the ball is a hot topic, dangerous tackle. The thing about dangerous tackle, they're still leading with, there's been 20,000 tackles and only 10 have been suspensions. Good strike rate.
It's not bad.
I still don't get tackling though.
Can
at
I
all.
a round table discussion for all of these things? Great idea. I love that. On the Wednesday before a grand final, does that not feel odd?
Because everyone's in town. I think that's their thing. General managers and coaches would be in town. But it does feel a little bit odd to do it now.
When they're on 300 plus a
You just
year,
come to us.
I think they just fly in whenever.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair
feels
enough.
odd.
Yeah. I mean, Laura Kane's going to figure out a few rules over the off-season, which we've spoken about before.
Yeah,
You're
totally.
almost causing controversy right before the grand final. You're right. It's not the time.
No, it feels odd.
Wait a couple of days after.
I mean, you are having a meeting without two of the teams in it as well.
Yeah, there's that too.
Unless Horse flies in for it.
Yeah, I don't
Brisbane
know.
are here already. Did I say that already?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
on flight with Stewie Drew this
They're
morning.
here. Yeah, you were.
Yeah,
He's your cousin
he was,
too.
He was next to me. Yeah, he's my second cousin.
Yeah. Is he nervous?
Was I nervous or was he
No,
nervous?
is he nervous?
He was nervous. He wasn't that talkative. I sort of gave him the, "Hey Stewie, how are you?" And he was deep and buried in his phone. Doesn't have
Business?
an iPad. I feel like that's weird. You think?
Did he raw dog
You
it?
think a coach would have an iPad and they'd be, looking at the plays or whatever? He was just raw dogging, sitting there, not enjoying himself.
Goal kicking coach too. I heard what Brisbane did. Chris Fagan said that with their goal kicking yips, he made them watch the Ted Lasso episode where someone
Really?
misses
Yeah.
a goal and like hits a dog. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, I made them watch that and laugh at it. Weirdo.
Did it work though? Like, I'm pretty sure they were quite inaccurate towards the end of the season.
They've come good lately.
Yeah.
They can find the goals now.
Something in that.
They can find the goals. Maybe. Hey, Chris Fagan did win the Coach of the Year award last
Probably
night.
deserving.
Yeah.
You reckon?
Yeah, in the end. What a shocking start. Remember at the start of the year when we started this show, Dan, we were smashing Brisbane.
We were going pretty hard. We said some broke things about him.
Yeah.
They had
That was
a
hard
naughty
on them.
trip away, and they
they
feel
got-
like they've fixed it up.
They got real naughty. Forgot the what's it called in the cloud? The cloud was on.
Yeah.
Cloud was pinging at home.
yeah, WhatsApp was
And so to
launching.
now be in
Yeah.
the grand final, it's a pretty unbelievable job.
It is huge. Heartbreaker last year, the early season form, the WhatsApp group, the cloud. I think they've had 5 ACLs.
Really?
Yeah.
Ashcroft came back from one, if you're going to count that.
I just made up the number 5. It seemed like a
I
lot.
couldn't for the life of me think of any.
Also, Fag has had to deal with the racism case ongoing as well.
True.
That's been brought forward. So, yeah, a good effort when you put all those things together.
Yep.
Okay, I'm ready to maybe argue that, even though I wrote it. But now I'm thinking, no, it's not
Someone you want
allowed.
to play for.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think if there's a brick wall around, he'd make you.
Or he'd make you.
Yeah, he'd make you do it for sure.
You wouldn't want to, but he'd make you.
So Chris Fagan came first, 272 votes. John Longmire, 209 votes. Sam Mitchell, 161. Didn't see Ken in there. Ken Hinkley robbed.
Do you reckon Sam a bit stiff to be third?
Semi.
Sam Mitchell? Oh, a 5-star made him almost get to like 3 points off the prelim.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It is pretty good.
Like to take that squad from what they were, wooden spoon favourites.
They were playing the spoon ball earlier. They were. See, we made the news already with the Ken Hinkley and Sam Mitchell thing accidentally on Sportsbet.
Really?
Asked Sam if Ken was a good bloke or not.
Yeah.
Didn't answer the question. That blew up accidentally.
Very loaded question.
Yeah,
I do
very
love
loaded
it.
question. Honestly, though, good on him for being honest. See, he doesn't know him. He doesn't know him. You don't know what you don't know. This big news coming out of Adelaide. Saw a guy fall to his knees at Foodland when this news broke. Dan Houston requests a trade. Goodbye, Alberton. Hello, Icon. I love Dan Houston. I've got his Guernsey right there. And he is my favourite Carlton player. For sure. I just need to change that Guernsey to a navy blue. We'll get some paint. We'll fix it. I don't know who number 5 is at the moment. I think it's Chera.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
so,
Yep.
yeah, argue for number 5. But this is big situation. It's a situation that's been handled really weirdly, I think. So he came out and said he wanted to go home. The whispers were that he wanted to go home. Comes out and says, my future's at Port. Now he says that I've requested a trade to Victoria, but I only want that trade to happen if it's the best result for the club. So it could be any club in Victoria. And then says, if it can't get done, I'm happy to stay here because I love this club. Which one is it?
Yeah, it's bizarre. Ivan Soldo did a similar thing as well, being like, I want to go to Victoria, but like if it doesn't happen, don't have a problem. I
Yeah.
find that really weird.
It's giving a lot of like Daniel Gorringe wanting to go to the Port, but then having to stay at the Suns.
Yeah. It's giving a lot. Yeah, you're right. It's giving a lot of. I think we're having some positive conversations with Victorian teams. Maybe Carlton, maybe Collingwood, whoever it might be. North are now in the race.
Yeah.
But I'm not really sure if they're going to eventuate. So I just want to protect myself because I have to say something now. I've had to have my exit meeting.
Yeah, because the
I
fans
want to make sure I'm
will blow
protected.
up if he
Oh,
has to
they're angry
stay.
at Alberton
Yeah.
too. Ken Hinkley is probably getting me number 1. If they see Ken, they're going to pop his tyres. That son of a bitch burned that club again down to the ground. They are angry over there. I walked down Alberton and I fear for my life. I'm not even Ken.
Yeah.
They're angry. So it's weird. It's almost like it's the nicest trade request anyone's ever put forward.
It's shaking.
Yeah, like, I'd like to go, but if you can't make it happen, then also love being here.
Yeah,
Weird as.
That's my preferred option.
It's like when you go to a friend's place and the mum offers you a drink, but like they're like, do you want something to eat? And you're like, oh, look, you're starving. But you're like,
Yeah.
yeah, look, if there's nothing going, I'm sweet. Like, just leave it.
Yeah.
I'm
That's what he's
starving
saying.
for a trade.
Yeah. I
but
want
if
to
there's
trade
no one
that
there,
bad, but I'll
I'm happy
fucking
there.
stay.
You brought up Soldo. He's also said he's bouncing from Melbourne as well. Whispers us in Kilda.
Yeah.
Destination Club, War Chest. Weird year for Ivan.
Bizarre.
Bizarre. You moved to Adelaide, small, quiet, quirky, sleepy town, unique.
Yeah.
Not going to say the B word because I'm from there and they would not like that. Geelong, we know about that town. Geelong's boring. In that team, can't get past Jordan Sweet. Then his year started with that weird Instagram post he did with his partner. He picked her up. Just toss her around the room.
You made it go more viral than it had to be. I
Oh, it
reckon.
was an accident. Okay, I just found it a bit, again, a little bit out there, and thought let's do a funny green screen video to it, and then this thing blew up.
I was begging for you to repost it on his debut as well.
No,
You just wouldn't do it.
And now he's on. Are you trying to find it, Ollie?
Which photo is it? What's he doing?
No,
he
it's a video. It's pretty rough.
Well, now I
Have
feel
you not
bad.
seen it?
Now I feel bad.
They're,
Okay,
they're wearing a
Oh.
matching pajama set, and they're just doing like cuddles and kisses, and it's Goo Goo Dolls, Iris playing in the background. It's actually, and then
And
Goz
I don't want the world to see me.
reposts it, and then asks for a kiss from Anna, and she's like, "Fuck off."
Yeah, so he's doing that, and she's just swinging her around the room too. Like she would have got so dizzy to. And I don't think that they understand.
Hang on, I've got his. Do you reckon he wouldn't have taken it?
It was
down, do you
like he was
reckon?
giving her a whizzy in the room to Iris. It was wild. You won't be able to find it.
I reckon he's taking it down.
He did.
Well, Goz
Oh, he
has,
did?
It's on Dan Does Footy. He has it.
I still kept it up because
I reposted it and I copped it blocked.
it was unique. Look, and now he's kind of in. If you're on Instagram, he's in this like hot boy Instagram era.
Yeah,
Have you seen that?
I'm looking at it
Doing
now.
a few outfits, doing a bit of this and that. Really,
Mate, he's a bit of a rooster.
he is a rooster. He's a big
Yeah.
boy, big Croatian bastard.
I'd go for him.
Yeah, what?
Sorry.
He's a big boy. So if he moves to St Kilda, isn't he just going to be behind Rowan the whole year? Like I don't see a forward line where it's Max Kin and Soldo.
And to be fair, I mean, this is very different, but when we had Paddy Ryder, we looked really, really good with a bit of a tag team ruck duo and one going forward. And I think Rowe needs a break every now and again as well. So, yeah.
Give him a bit of a chop out, let him rest down forward.
This season, he really went for it. Like he was.
He did a lot of rucking.
Yeah, he was incredibly and kicked a lot of goals. So
He was doing it all.
I think it makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, right. So Soldo's going to get 1 year in Adelaide, then out of there again. So see where he lands. Hopefully he just comes down with the swinging in the Iris songs. That'd be good. But
I can bring him back. More videos.
he should do one more actually when
Yeah,
the
he
trade
should.
goes through.
Like a redemption
I
arc.
Don't want the world. We spoke about Channel 7, Channel 9's a feud there. Now everyone's jumping off Channel 9, going to 7. Kane's Corns is out of there.
Yep.
Caro and Hutchie out of there. Smart by Hutchie because we know that Caro drives him to the studio. So that's obviously, if he didn't do that, it'd be 2 trips, which is a lot of
Well,
driving
that's
for
true.
Caro. But Luke Darcy, we said, out of there. Daisy also has a feud with Kane Corns. Kane Corns is going to go to Channel 7 and just ruffle some feathers here.
Yeah, okay. That doesn't sound like him.
Bit happening though.
I think it's really good because, we talk about so often, like the NFL now in particular, and I love how intense the American media can be sometimes. Just like they actually have full-blown arguments.
They hate each other.
And it's very, very fun to watch.
Every Colin Cowherd episode is just
Yeah.
abuse at each other.
Yeah, I'm
sharp.
like, let's spice it up.
Need more
let's,
of it.
Let's not just be all cutesy.
More
I mean,
of-
you accused me of having ulcers and
Smoking weed. Start of the
you're
year.
doing all sorts.
Made
you
a
know?
drug test actually. Now think about it on the first episodes. They're building a team though, and we know that this is happening because the AFL have a commitment to the broadcaster to have a more diverse, and more voices for next year going forward. So we're going to see some more people in commentary boxes that we haven't probably seen before. A lot of people in commentary boxes together. So, but interesting to see how it's delivered next year. The football.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
We just need more Matt Hills. That's how you save the game.
If we can
Save the
clone
commentary.
him, that'd be good.
Yeah.
We need more Matty
What
Hills.
if he's got
so-
some mates?
Yeah, well, he would. He would be. I mean, who else did racing could poach from there? Alistair Nichols, he's good.
Yeah.
He's really good.
Well, he's already
Jason Bennett,
doing a
give
little
Jason
bit.
Bennett more time. He definitely needs more time. Jack Lococious didn't mess around choosing Port as his team for next year. So long, the beautiful beautiful beaches of the Gold Coast. Hello, Alberton. Picked
Yeah.
Port Adelaide. Now, we said he might have picked Adelaide instead, but has picked Port as his preferred destination. Something to do with Connor Rosé as well.
Oh, well,
Best friends with
Yeah,
him.
I
okay.
totally understand that.
And
though.
beautiful.
Yeah.
And beautiful. Getting paid $1.9 million over the next 2 years. So Gold Coast will have to pay some of that, I assume. Or no,
Yeah.
Port will pick it up. Port will have to pick up that contract, sorry.
And Adelaide probably wouldn't be able to do that right now. That's
Well, Port have the squeeze as well. So I don't know how they're doing that.
Yeah.
Is he going
Charlie
to play
Dixon
down
goes.
back down there?
He'll be a forward.
You reckon?
I think the
'Cause
final.
he doesn't man up. He uses it well, but he just doesn't man up.
The final showed us that they need something up forward.
Yeah.
They need to put Radicalia down back, and I think for sure he'll be that connection up forward. It's crazy that he's 1.9. He's on 1.9 over the next 2 years at the Gold Coast.
Mate, they're slinging cash up there.
They always do this. It's like they see their first round draft picks just hit a target and go, give them $3 million over 2 years.
Here we go.
Don't you reckon?
Yeah.
Rankin, Martin, Bose, Lukosius now. They always do this to Suns. Just get contract happy.
They're good. It feels different though at the moment. To be fair,
At the moment for them.
Yeah, the players.
True.
I don't think they're getting
Feels like a better
overexcited.
vibe.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think they're all just getting overexcited this time.
This move also will give them a little bit of a wiggle room to get dusty.
So is
That's
that a
not-
go ahead? Are we all?
Are we saying that he's going to Gold Coast? Are we happy to confirm that?
I don't think he is he? That was
I
the
reckon
last
he is. He's not doing the farewell lap. Didn't go to Brownlow. I don't think he was in the montage as well. Brownlow
Well,
night.
where there's smoke, there's fire. I reckon he's going for sure. I see them at the pub all the time, Dusty and
He's from the Gold Coast.
Dusty
He does
Dimmer.
see them there.
Oh, the pub on the Gold
Mate,
Coast.
they're at the Shark Bar all the time.
Oh, and what are they doing there?
And when I say all the time, man, I saw them twice there.
That's pretty
That's
common.
enough for
Oh,
us.
do you reckon, I reckon that's common. That's enough.
So he's there with who? Dimmer.
Dimmer. But then they got a whole squad there. It's pretty intimidating too because
The whole team
You know,
there?
you want to keep staring over there, but you know
Who
you
else
want to
is
also
there?
let him feel comfortable.
The Suns playing group.
No. It's just like a bunch of associates.
Did you see fucking that guy deliver my package?
Oh, mate.
What was that about?
The little dance he did was one of the funniest. I
Mate,
watched
It's
that
like he's
video
warming
so
up
many
for
times.
futsal or something.
was
you know?
that about?
He's
You
kicking
haven't
a
seen
footy
it.
against a wall.
Go on my Instagram. If you haven't seen this absolute travesty. So first we had one guy maybe 6 months ago throw a parcel to my front door. Then yesterday I had a guy kicking my wine subscription. Just like, and then someone had the audacity to message me and say, hey, take this down because he might lose his job. I reckon kicking my fucking wine box won't have something to do with him losing his job.
Yeah.
I don't think that's part of the job description to
Nah.
absolutely launch the shit out of your
But
wine
like,
bottles.
dude, why would you? He knocked on the door. I watched the camera. Knocked on the door, put it down, and started just doing this kicking dance. So what are you doing? Why are you kicking it?
He was
Disaster.
stoked to do it too.
He was happy about it.
He was really
He was
enjoying
having a
it.
great jig.
He was
I
really
loved
happy.
it.
He's got to be axed. We've got to axe him. I'm going to find a new delivery driver.
Yeah.
Speaking of axes, Geelong took an axe to their list. Gary Rowan and Brendan Parfait out.
Parfait.
Parfait. I
Yeah,
call
I
it
don't mind
Parfait.
Little French transition there.
Gary Rowan also go around again. Fractured his skull. Thought maybe give him another go. Hasn't had
Yeah.
a fair run at it.
You'd imagine Parfait will get picked up. I would have thought.
I reckon Parfit's a gun. Like, why are they getting rid of him? I may be wrong. I'm not a footy analyst.
Better fit Bailey in. Have you spoken to your boy Bailey?
Yeah.
A lot of controversy about what he did.
What, the video with his chopper? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I haven't seen this. Well, he's got his chopper. Let me see his video. What chopper?
All power to him.
Hold on. What's he done?
He just did a video of
What
him.
chopper video?
He's done what?
He just did a video of him boxing in his yard.
Okay, I'm watching it.
And then
Monday
he
morning.
went for a swim, and he's just definitely got
Okay,
an
he's
erection.
currently got
Oh,
pants
so
on.
he's done the Shervo.
He's got pants on. He's boxing. All pretty normal so far. Taking the gloves off. Ripped as. Good boxer. Ripped. Ducking, weaving. Got pants on still. Can't see any kind of penis yet. Still boxing. Okay, get back in the pool. Take his cock's out. How's the size on it? How big is it? Leaning to the right like that, like nothing's happening. You got a coat hanging under there? Okay.
Anyway,
like I'm
that's what
missing
I
out.
thought. I thought that's what you were talking about.
Bailey's got that hoss on him, eh?
Yeah.
That's a big thing. We should hang out with him more.
Under what
We
environment?
should go to his house for like a pool party or something, just us four.
It'd be weird.
Yeah,
Just
I did
do
not
it.
see that.
So I thought that's what you're talking about, but anyway.
No, have you had a word to him about, hey, just a heads up, your penis is out or what? Did
I
you say
totally
to
forgot
him?
what we were talking about.
Yeah.
It's just the choppers on my mind now.
Yeah, no, I did. I
You
said
did. What
pointing
did he say?
north.
Oh, don't say. I don't know. We don't want to invade his privacy. But also, I was talking about not his hog. I'm talking about the fact that he was sitting in the Cotton area with the Geelong boys on the weekend. That's come out of the media now. They said, hey,
What, the game?
yeah,
Yeah, I don't know about that. That's
yeah.
just,
I don't know. I tried to make that sound worse than it was. I'm okay with it.
Just, I mean, I think the Dacos boys were at that game too.
Should we just stop fucking around and say he's going Geelong? Like, what are we tiptoeing around?
Well, because he might not.
He won't get there unless they can't afford him.
I'm
But-
going to rule out Port Adelaide.
Okay.
He's
I
not,
think he's just got like, if everything is true at the moment, it's just all signs, and this is the media, not us giving away anything by any means, but all signs. He doesn't speak to me. He's got a huge hog. That's all I know. That's all I know about
there's
the situation.
a certain club that you need to be into to talk.
Here's
and you're
what I
not
know
in
about
it.
this situation. He has a huge hog.
And it goes right a little bit.
And it does. It looks like there's a coat hanger in there.
Yeah.
But all signs are saying that this thing's been brewing for 12, 18 months now. That he's going to go
Yeah.
to Geelong. If he's sitting in the area near Geelong and with Cotton on as an ambassador, then all signs lead to, hey, he's 99% going to Geelong.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but the rumours are clearly true to an extent. But Bailey Smith is one of the, when he's on, one of the more exciting players in the league.
He's a star.
So there wouldn't be many teams out there that aren't
Looking for him.
trying to do everything within their power.
I know.
So everyone except Port.
Well,
Port,
no,
West
I've
Coast,
ruled
Gold
out a few.
Coast.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we got a few. Well, after seeing that video, I think Cotton would be saying, hey, we need to make some custom pants for this guy. They could be the
I'll buy
same
the
length
first pair.
down, but in the crutch area, just like, especially to the left, just blow him out a little
It's
bit.
just
Because
it's a nappy.
he swings hard that way. So we just need to make some custom pants. I'll get the custom Bailey Smith pants for sure. I mean, I
100%,
wouldn't
yeah.
fill them out, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, you could take it to the market and go shopping. I
Why is
suppose.
there 3 pockets on this thing? 2 on the side, then 1 just hanging to the left a bit. Oh, because Bailey Smith has just an absolute hog on him.
I bet he's loving this.
That was a solid like 5 minutes of Bailey Smith hog talk.
Should we get in the grand final then? Oh, no, before we do, opening rounds coming back next year. Should we cover that?
Oh, go on then.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't know about this thing.
I'm still on closing round.
Oh, the idea, closing round's way better. The
Yeah.
idea stinks. Fans didn't like it. The clubs don't even like it. The only people who seem to like it is the AFL themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Do you reckon someone from the AFL should get on Reddit and just see like what fans actually want? Maybe the AFL, have they lost touch with us? Do they care about what we want?
And it
or not?
sounded awful in the Brownlow. All right, let's get the count underway. Opening round.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
Yeah,
It doesn't
it's
roll off the
It
tongue.
doesn't
And
just a
fit.
quick few games and then, all right, on to round 1.
then they
What?
couldn't put up the mini screen because there'd be half the teams haven't played yet.
Yeah.
And I was begging for that mini leaderboard early.
Yeah, you
I
got
wasn't
a
happy
bit
with it.
you
nervous.
came on a bit.
My fingers
Yeah.
got busy on Brownlow and Ice and
Yeah.
a few things I regret. But that's okay. I'll tweet them out there. Okay, so opening rounds, we're just going to be back. So we have the same thing happen as last year. There'll be a bunch of teams that play and a bunch of teams that don't play.
Yep.
Jeez.
It'll be like non-Queensland, right? They're all. Wait, sorry.
Yeah, it'll be all the
non-Victoria.
same. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, you just know.
You're coming back up to the Gabba.
You just know I'm going to pay so much to go back up there. You're just going to get absolutely
Oh,
shafted.
Hopefully it's Metricon actually. We get hooked up with those Club 22 seats.
Yuck.
They're sensational.
They are good seats. I'll go up there again. I will not be going to Angie Stadium.
I'll be getting some merch for sure.
You will be. We need to sort out NG Stadium for next year. If they're having a roundtable meeting today,
Yeah.
my first thing if I was a coach or GM would be the stadium sucks.
It's just NG. It just says NG, and that's it.
Got to
You-
demolish it.
Yeah.
Got to demolish it and start again.
Start
or
again.
just move the SCG. Hey, grand final coming up, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be big. A grand final that we're going to remember forever. You can feel the city just getting a bit toey for it. The lid is about to come off one of these teams. First non-Victorian grand final since 2006. The 2 most recent grand final losers out to avenge their grand final heartache. Strap yourselves in, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be an all-timer. I cannot wait. Our friends at Sportsbet telling us the market has Sydney out as favourites. $1.72 Sydney, Brisbane $2.13. The line close, 4.5 points. Cody Simpson singing the national anthem. Every minute, every second, every hour of the day. Just wonder how he's going to go.
Oh, he'll be great.
He's had a weird career, hasn't he?
I
You beautiful soul.
He's got a rocking body at the moment. He's swimming.
Is he swinging to the left?
Here we go. Here we go.
He's wearing Speedos. And
Is he?
You can see, yeah.
He burst on the scene musically and then tried to make the Olympics.
Well, he did make the Australian team.
Yeah,
Him
was
and
he-
Kyle
he was in the
Chalmers want to beat
Olympics,
the
wasn't he?
shit out of each other.
Dated Miley Cyrus.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
Wow, he did.
He has had
Did he actually?
Every minute.
quite the 20s.
Wow. Then tried to make the Olympic swim team.
Like, incredible.
Why wouldn't you?
So now is he back on his singing shit? Is that what we're thinking?
Apologies if you're listening, Cody. It's like you're singing shit.
Okay, was he back on like that bullshit? He's ready to go? Like, no, that's his career.
You mean like
back
he's
on
singing
it.
grind?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not being disrespectful.
No, I'm back at
Yeah.
that. Is he back on his bullshit singing?
Bro, stop.
What? No, you know what that saying is when they say they're back on their bullshit. Like, they're
Yeah.
back to doing what they do, which is really good.
Well-
Bailey Smith, back to wearing undies, back on his bullshit.
Sure.
He doesn't sing Beautiful Soul, does he?
No,
He does.
That's
doesn't.
Jesse McCartney.
Yeah.
He's sick. What?
Yeah, I told you
I
this
don't
one.
want another pretty face.
I don't want just... Sorry.
Okay. Okay, so he's back to sing. He's going to go well, I think. National anthem, big stage, big occasion. Just that feeling when they start singing national anthem, about 10 seconds out, someone goes early and they gets the whole crowd going and they just start clapping.
Yeah.
That's what I live for.
Yeah.
I love that. 21 years since Brisbane last won a premiership. Big. Chris Fagan looking to become the first coach ever to win a flag without having played a game of VFL or AFL football.
That's amazing.
That's massive.
Yeah.
That is, it's crazy. It's never happened before.
And he's going to be a Tasmanian too.
Gives the rest of us hope that have never played a game of AFL as well.
Oh, why you want to coach?
Like,
do
I
you?
might go coach them next year.
You could. And on the other side, John Longmire and the boys are 1 and 3 in grand finals under him.
Mm-hmm.
So they've got some demons here. Does Mills get selected, boys? I'm not really sure.
I don't
heard
think
some
you do
things.
it.
You don't?
Nah. Well, it's a hamstring, right? 21-day rule. He did it last week. He's not going to be fully fit. I feel like he's got to be the captain and step up and, do the right thing and say,
pull
No,
out.
hey guys, I'm pulling out.
But we're
If
thinking-
they lose, he looks like a legend for not putting his hand up. If they win, he's an even bigger legend because he's sacrificed.
Remember 2016, he did his hammy as well, along with Sam Reid, I think, in that grand final. So he's got some demons here of doing hammies on grand final day.
I think given the fact that his whole year has been so interrupted as it is,
7 games.
you don't play him. If he had played the whole year, like if this was Isaac Heaney, but he did his hammy 20 days ago, you'd be like, all right,
You'd bring him back. You'd rush him.
I reckon we do this.
And is he moving the needle that much when he comes in?
He hasn't
exactly.
been there for all the wins this year. I feel like he came in and then they went on that downfall.
Yeah.
They sort of spiraled out of control. They got smoked by Port.
Yeah. I don't think he's moving the needle that much when he comes in. Like, it's not like a Heaney where you say come in because you actually will put the squad on your back.
You've been a star the whole season.
Yeah, you've been a star or a Gordon or a Warner or an Amadi or a piece you can plug in who you need, Amadi for structure, and then
Yep.
Heaney just goes and does his stuff. But I don't think Mills coming in will have that effect, even though he's the captain. I reckon they're going to play him. I'm all vibes. I'm on vibes. I call things as vibes. I reckon they play him. I just have a feeling they're going to pick him.
I swear all signs are pointing to him not playing and then you just went against it.
I just think
With
they
your- with
will.
your
I think
vibe.
Horse is just going to pick his captain. I think Horse will use it as like our captain's now in with us.
You do have to pick your captain, surely.
We do.
That is the one caveat to what we've been talking about.
I'm saying don't pick him.
Who's
Yeah.
the standing captain right now?
It'd be
Rampy?
No, it'd be Heaney, wouldn't it?
Who?
Heaney.
I don't think it is.
I think it's Rampy.
Who's the standing captain? Who is it? Who's in the leadership group? Who's in the leadership group? We get bottom
Who?
this.
Well, could be Rampy.
Is it?
That's a win for Lopez.
Well done, Joe.
Yeah.
Rampy's the captain.
Yeah.
So
There you
if
go.
they win the flag, who's the premiership captain? Rampy.
Yeah, and you
Rampy.
just know he's
Oh,
not
now-
going
But he
he's
does it Bob Murphy and
Yeah,
he brings
he's-
him out.
It gives him the medal.
And then Longmire gives him the medal.
and then all the boys keep giving each other medals, then one person misses
Yeah,
out. at the end.
exactly.
Yeah. And then Mills
And it's
misses
whoever
out.
came in for Mills.
Yes. Okay. Okay then. So the question mark's on him. We don't know if he's going to be in or out. We'll find out today, I think.
Yep.
So everyone will already know this
Yeah,
by the time
yeah.
this episode comes out. That's fine.
Yep.
Lloyd McDonald, clear to play. The ankle injury, I think he's good to go. Heaney, I mean, he has got an absolute... Everyone has a storyline here, but Heaney's storyline is blacklisted from winning any awards this season, has a chance to win a premiership. You just know he's going to be up and about. He's going to wind himself up here.
How is he so good at footy? He's from Maitland in New South Wales, northern New South Wales.
He's a Charlie
near
Horsewater.
Newcastle. Like they're not a footy factory there. How did he get so involved with it?
Because
and
their
love of the
academy.
game?
Their academy just plucks out
They're
5
so
Charlie
good.
Horsewaters you haven't heard shit all about, and then they just end up being stars.
It's true, though. I remember I went to Newcastle recently, went to the Coles, and you know that section where they sell all the footy merch?
Yep.
Just like Newcastle Knights, Sydney
Yeah,
Roosters
it's all
gear. And
rugby.
I went,
Yeah.
what? Ugh.
Crazy.
Freaked me out.
Yeah.
So I don't know how he got into it.
See his boots?
Oh,
Nike boots he's got.
Oh, I did say that actually. They're clean.
They're cheater ones. Now, the Brisbane boys also got them shortly after, which threw my feeling out or my vibe of look good, feel good, play good, because now everyone's looking good, feeling good and playing
yeah,
good.
but they got them after.
Is
and
Chad
I-
still wearing the TNs?
No, I would love for him to pull
Because
out
he
the TNs.
dominated in them, I'm pretty sure.
He did. No one, I think we had the 2-week period where everyone's wearing TNs and they got off them.
If Chad wears TNs on Saturday, I'm putting it out there, I'm going for Sydney.
TN watch.
Whoever's wearing the TNs, they're going to win.
Yeah.
Watch this space.
Well, for Brisbane, Big O is out, which means Darcy Ford is in. Feel for Big O.
Yeah, I know.
Feel for Big O. Darcy Ford's only played 2 games. I think Grundy's going to have a big day against him.
Grundy might get Norm Smith. He's on his redemption arc.
Yeah.
If they win,
Yeah.
he's going to smoke the shit out of Darcy
He
Ford.
could have, okay, well, that's aggressive. I don't know.
Sorry, Darcy.
No, I like it, but it's a big ask for Darcy to come in.
That's a huge
Not
ask.
playing much AFL, playing 2 games, then go into a grand final. Adrenaline. Katy Perry singing God knows what up there.
Cody
Probably thinking
Simpson's
about Bailey
on his
Smith.
bullshit.
Yeah, Cody Simpson's on his bullshit again, which is a good thing. It's a big occasion. Grand final parade he's got to do.
Yeah.
Huge ask for Darcy Ford. So he is in. And I love this. Jared Berry, redemption grand final. So he
Yep.
had the 50 he gave away, I think, last year. Am I right, Joey?
Yep.
For
Steel
gave it steel
side
side bottom. Then side bottom absolutely smoked it from 50.
Contentious
Also-
52. Like, Steel Sidebomb took a mark. Sidebomb took the mark. And Barry was in the process of tackling him and trying to, affect the spoil.
He said it's been on his mind ever since, all year. It's fair enough. I love his interview last week. He said that he has been thinking about it and that he's been trying to be strong and resilient. Also got those characteristics from his mum, his
Yeah.
late mum as well. So he's emotional rollercoaster for him.
I was
last
all
12
Sydney
months.
until I saw that. And then I've switched to, I want Jared Berry, Norm Smith. I want him first goal. I want him first disposal.
Everything.
Yeah, I love him.
Redemption for him. So, all right, with all that we know, who's winning this thing, fellas? Who are we thinking?
It's got to be the pride of Fitzroy Town. I'm
Okay.
going the Brizzy Lions. I think that their chaotic nature can be sometimes impossible to coach against. Like, they freak me out sometimes. They just go nuts.
Yeah.
When we talk about the fact when Fagan goes, you know what, just do what you need to do here, play on instinct, it is terrifying to watch. I don't think they're as good as Sydney, but I just think that on that day, they're just going to have a lot of fun with it.
Yeah.
And just play ridiculous footy.
Okay.
So if it goes that direction, Lions for me.
And when they're enjoying it, they're on. Like, they're right on, and it's so hard to stop. You got Rayner smiling. As soon as you see a smile from Rayner,
Yeah, that's
you
when
know
you're in
he's
trouble.
lighting it up.
Yeah.
It's like when you see Mahomes do this, he starts stemming.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And you
when
go,
Rayner's
"Uh-oh."
smiling.
Yep.
Okay, so you're on Fitzroy, Brisbane. Okay, Joe?
I initially was Sydney, but having watched the Jared Berry interview last week, it just looks like they have that hunger and thirst. And, you know, they've been there last year, they've been there before. However, with the same caveat, you got Sydney have been there against Western Bulldogs, got
Yeah.
smoked by the team in the bottom four that came up. Then they've been there, 3 years ago against Geelong. John Longmire's he's gonna get that wench out that Clarko uses. Absolutely
up.
wind that shit up.
So who you got in Sydney?
I feel like Sydney in the closest one ever, but I want Brisbane.
Wow, okay. I'm big on vibes. You boys know that.
Take a moment. Think.
I like that Sydney have the cool boots. They got them first, which means Nike prioritises them. They've been red hot. Heaney,
Fluffy.
Fluffy's dangerous. Give me Brisbane by 6 goals. I honestly think this will be a bloodbath. I think Brisbane, I'm vibing what they're doing right now. They've been backs against the wall last 2 weeks. I just think that, to me, from the outside looking in, they look dangerous. When they get running in handball chain and kick, like, they look more dangerous than Sydney can be. And they've always, I've been big on this year.
Yeah.
What did I say at week 13
what's
about
the fun
Sydney
at?
getting to the grand final? What happens if they get there and playing the MCG?
Oh, that's true.
I've been big on this all year, so
Yeah.
I'm writing now. I said if Sydney get there, they'll lose to whoever's playing in the grand
That's
final.
true.
Because at the MCG. Something about that ground, I don't know. It's just a vibe I get.
Brisbane have the exact same record as Sydney at the MCG this year. They're both 1 and 2 or 2 and 1. It's the same thing.
I just think Brisbane right now are the better team. On what they've done the last 2 weeks, I think the game last week between Port was an absolute rollover. So they kind of maybe took the foot off the gas and didn't get that kind of hardened finals footy where Brisbane have had to play and roll the dice. And I think they're more hurt about a grand final loss than Sydney.
They absolutely would be.
I reckon, they're more like Western Bulldogs back in 2016. when
They're
they
going
just
off
came from the
emotion.
depths. Yeah.
They should not be in this thing. And I think they know that they're here now and how hard it is to get back and to climb that mountain. They know that it's how hard it is to turn off the iCloud. So now I think
That's true. No, that's true.
how hard it is to get 0 and 3.
That's true. We didn't take iCloud into
You didn't.
consideration.
So that's why I bring vibes.
Yeah,
They
okay.
know that they don't want to repeat of all that. Then they'll go back to Vegas and they'll celebrate for sure. Turn the iClouds off.
Yeah.
Give me Brisbane by 6 goals. I think this will be a bloodbath.
Who's getting Norm?
Darcy Fort. No, Norman Smith will be Cam Rayner
Yeah, I don't mind that.
for mine. First goal, Kalachi.
Oh, I like that a lot. I'm just hoping Eric the Eel has a big day.
He missed his foot last week.
Yeah.
So,
So if form should tell you this week.
but he's always due.
10
You know what
goals.
he is? You've said this. He is always big for 1 in every 6 or 8 games.
Yeah,
He
and
just
this is-
explodes.
this
He
is
could
it.
just explode.
He might kick 6.
He could kick 6.
He could be the 6 goals you're talking about.
He'll
He
kick on
generally
the
could.
stand-in captain Dan Rampy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely smoke him.
Sydney's defense as well. Are they tall? Not really.
No, not particularly.
We got some giants down there in the Brisbane forward line.
Yep.
Joey and Eric. If Eric can find his foot,
Yep.
look out.
And a bit of country road
Yeah,
action.
midfield battle will be elite. I think it's close there.
Yeah, that's red hot.
Forward line, I trust Brisbane's forward line over Sydney's.
Yeah.
You reckon?
Yeah.
You got a Marty, McDonald.
We're talking the MCG,
Happily.
Joe.
You're-
95,000 allowed
Yeah,
house.
95,000. You got Tom Papley there who loves getting around it.
Yeah, but he's going to get shut down by Starcevic.
You reckon?
He's going to wear him like a glove. He's going to be a heavy tag. I just feel like Brisbane, I feel like it's going to be not even close.
So you're
this
going
thing.
Norm, Darcy Fort, first goal, Calamachi. You're going Norm,
No, Norm, I went Cam Rayner.
Cam Rayner.
Yeah, I'm going to go first goal Hipwood
Yep.
and then Norm Lockie Neal.
I just don't think this thing's close.
I'm going to go first goal, Jared Berry. Just because he's my dog now. I love him.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go either Errol or Nick Blakey. They have the best matchup against Brisbane. Brisbane historically, throughout the last 10 games, they've given up I think like plus 10% more than any other team in the league for fantasy points from the wings and like wing defenders. And then the designated kicker has also dominated, and that's as a result of them being so inaccurate. So and they're playing on getting those extra touches.
I want to change now. Nah, I'm sticking with it. Okay.
I'm going Errol North-Smith or Nick Blakey.
It's going to be big. 24 degrees, sunny here in Melbourne.
Oh, my God.
It's going to be a big, big day. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are now joined potentially... No, I'm not going to say potentially. The best bloke you could come across. Essendon legend, Dyson Heppell. Well done.
Yeah.
Hey, mate.
Thanks, mate.
Congrats on a career, mate.
Thank you, Dan. Yeah, no, it's she's been a journey.
Yeah.
She's been an absolute journey. But mate, just looking back on it and reflecting over the last few weeks, just been incredibly grateful for the entire career.
Yeah. How are you going? What have you been doing? Because we come out of football and you go, oh no, what do we do now? Like, you can be bored pretty quick. But what have you done to kind of just keep you down to bed and trudging on?
True. No, it is. That first week post the season all wrapping up, celebrations were done with the boys, and it sort of I went through a mixed bag, a wave of emotions of, I guess, throughout the year. It was the decision to hang up the boots, telling the group and the broader footy community that I was done, but still keeping my mind sharp to prepare to perform and play. And then once that final game was all said and done, I guess we had our Mad Monday and piss-ups and whatever, and it hit later in that week, it was like just a huge realisation and a massive wave of emotion and release sort of came about where that was the finality. It was all done.
Yeah.
And not only since I got drafted, but sort of since I was a little tacker, just having that dream to pursue the goal of playing AFL footy, and then it was just a big whack of like, wow, it's come to an end, and sat in the kitchen bawling my eyes out for a bit, and it was just I think just a real semi-grieving period of that it's all done, but also just like, man, how good has this journey been, and the gratitude towards footy itself and the life it's provided for me.
Is there a moment where like the emails just stop as well? Like 'cause I know nothing
WhatsApp
about
group.
this life.
Yeah,
world.
yeah.
So is it like on the Monday when it's all done?
Yeah.
Calendar's like, okay, well, yeah, you're not in it anymore.
Yeah.
And the emails stop and all the plans stop.
Well,
is it literally like,
even funny. You have at the end of the season, you roll through the club. Obviously, if you're playing the next year, you roll through. You have your exit medicals, you're meeting with the coaches, the fitness staff, things you need to work on. Sit down with the high performance team, and everyone gets set their time to come in, and I'm sitting there waiting, at least thinking I would have a sit down with Brad and maybe the medical crew, and waiting for my time. Just nope, nothing's come through. I'll check in. Just making sure that you haven't missed me here, and like, no need for you to come in. And I was, geez, okay,
We'll take your swipe as well.
yeah. If you can just drop all your gear off, that'd be great.
It's like
and
that.
I literally haven't been back since.
and then
Since bloody the last main training the week before we played Brisbane.
Yeah,
it's done.
Did you take some extra shit on the way out?
I'm going to
Few footies
clean
and that?
up.
Yeah, I reckon you should.
I'm going to Zacky's boot room,
Yeah,
and I'm
smart.
just going to clean up.
Smart.
Yeah.
You in the WhatsApp group still? Or
I'm
not?
still
You
in
know
there.
that?
I
Yeah.
haven't done the old Dyso's left the group,
Nah.
but it's still nice to keep check on what lads
You
are
got
up
to
to.
stay in it, mate.
Yeah,
So when did you know yourself that, hey, this is it now? Like, I know, because I think every player, I mean, not me because I knew from the start, but I think someone who's been around for a long time,
yeah.
you tell yourself you can keep going. When did you actually know? Was it this year or?
Yeah. No, I think like even the early stages of the year, I was performing pretty well. My body, actually, the last couple of years has been the best it's been for a long time. So
It's a good rig.
I thought, geez, thanks.
It's a great rig.
I've put a lot of work into it. No, you can't talk about it. You got
No,
to
not
crack it.
What about me?
No, not you, mate.
Sorry, what was that? I think it was about midway through the year when I really started weighing up what I wanted to do the next year and in 2025. And I think once I, had a bit of a look of what the year could look like in terms of, things I wanted to do outside of footy, with travel and a few different business ideas and, even just having a kick with my brother and mates and that back, things like that. The floodgates sort of opened a bit to just expanding my horizons around that footy's not everything and it will come to an end at some point. And then I just felt really content in my decision over that sort of next month. And then sort of leading into the back end of the year, having conversations with Brad and the club, and he was great in terms of empowering me to make that call. And he dropped me a couple of times too, so I probably thought writing might be on the wall. But by the end of it, mate, just really content in my decision and felt great about it.
Yeah. Do you want to coach at all? Because you speak well and you're a leader, obviously. Is that going to? Are we going to see you coaching all or not?
Oh, thanks, mate. But I think going through the system, you see how much work
yeah.
the coaches put in,
Yeah.
which, I don't think so. I think I love the idea of development coaching and helping guide and impart as much knowledge as I can to the young boys. But I think in terms of a full-blown, assistant coaching role, I don't think that's for me.
Fair enough. I'm a bit of a sicko and sickly obsessed with this 20-year drought that's happening at the club.
Yeah.
Is this
Well,
something
you're
you
not
boys
bad,
are speaking about every year? Or is it something you don't talk about because it's like a haunted thing? Like, I think for the Bombers fans, they just want to know, like, it'll end soon, surely?
Well, now I'm on the outside. We can talk,
Exactly,
shit about
tell
it.
us.
Yeah.
Are you speaking about every pre-season? We're saying, hey, boys,
Like,
it's 18 years. Come on. The boys, 19 years.
I think it's one of those ones that it's the big elephant in the room.
Yeah.
So I think Brad was good this year, brought it up, sort of knocked it on the head, and just embrace the energy and whatever comes at you around it.
Yeah.
And try and sort of block out the outside noise, but it's always there. You're always talking shit about it, which is great. But yeah, look, and no doubt, like it's right. You play footy. You want to play big games, finals, and pursue a premiership. And I didn't get many opportunities. I think I played in four or five finals throughout my career, and that's the nature of it. Can be the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think we've got the right people in the right positions at the moment, and hopefully they can keep the list together. A lot of young, exciting talent in the group, and it'll be good to watch over the next few years.
Yeah, love that, mate. Hell of a career, as you said, mate. You're such a great person, and everyone that comes across you says the same thing, which is rare because in this industry and the players that come across, there's always mixed reviews, but everyone that comes across you, mate, everyone says you're just a superstar, and you are.
man.
And now we're doing something amazing. This story is just crazy. I know that I went and looked at it as soon as I saw it online. You're doing something amazing for your good mate Harrison.
Yep.
So tell us all about this.
Yeah, nice. So, I guess off the cuff, H the Label is the name of the business, the little brand that we're doing. So, winding the clock back, when I was younger, sort of coming through my teenage years, I had a really close relationship with my Oma, my grandmother. So Oma was diagnosed with a condition called scleroderma, which is an autoimmune disease. So it can attack any major organ in the body, and got to Oma's lungs. So later on in her life, she was walking around with a ventilator and to get oxygen through her system and things like that. Found it really hard to breathe, and it wasn't really well known, or much, knowledge and research had been pumped into the condition at the time. So they were often misdiagnosing what it was. And anyway, when she finally got the diagnosis of scleroderma, I became quite curious about it. And then when I got drafted, I linked up with the Scleroderma Foundation. I became an ambassador for the Scleroderma Foundation. And through those guys, they introduced me to little tacker Harrison Pennicott, who at the time was 5 years old. He was the youngest in the world to be diagnosed with scleroderma, and the only one in Australia with his type of scleroderma. So he's attacked his skin. So his body's trying to grow and develop while his skin is staying really rigid and tight. So, the poor bugger's, he's been through a tremendous amount of adversity in such a young age. But what I really connected with was just his character and his enthusiasm and attitude and just joy for life that he had, and was just such a happy little kid with the amount of shit that he had gone through in such an early phase of his life. And he was just such a funny little kid. He had, the first time I met him, he nearly turned away and ran off. And then I was like, this is a bit weird. And then once he sort of warmed up, I couldn't shut him up.
Yeah.
And then formed this awesome little friendship, along with him, his family, my partner Kate. And, it's been a really cool little venture along the lines. And anyway, what had we done? He'd done a lot of little drawings and artworks for me throughout sort of our relationship.
All this stuff?
Yeah, all these kind of
Yeah.
little bits, the little face and things like that.
Yep.
And along with Kate, we come up with an idea to go, righto, how can we impact this kid's life as much as we possibly can and spread the awareness of scleroderma in itself? And so we came up with the idea of the clothing label, utilising his little drawings and designs as the graphics on the kit. Come up with all our own custom cuts and that as well, which is pretty cool. And then got him to write a big bucket list of stuff he wants to do in his life. and some of the proceeds will go towards smashing out his bucket list items as we go.
Cool.
So
what's going there? Anything just wild?
He's got a heap of stuff, but his main ones, like he wants to swim with whale sharks, sing a song with Ed Sheeran. We took him for a drive in a Lambo. He's met some NBA players.
Yeah.
He loves his soccer, so he wants to go and visit like Real Madrid and watch some EPL games, NBA games. He's got some even just little ones. He's like, I want to eat ramen. He wants to make his own chocolate.
Ramen's pretty good.
He also wants to go on a date with Kate, which is a bit weird, but we'll.
How much does that one
Yeah, I
cost?
was like
Whoa.
putting that one way down the list, buddy. But anyway, he's
right.
got some cool. Like he's got a massive list that we will get that up on the website. 'Cause
Yeah.
there's been so many people wanting to see it, and
Yeah.
the support behind it since the start has been incredible. Only launched a couple of weeks ago, but
been crazy.
It's been unreal. Yeah, just loving it.
It looks great, and all the merch, obviously, that you're doing drops, and all or some of the proceeds from the merch goes to getting that bucket list
Correct,
ticked
yeah.
off.
Yep,
That's great, mate. We're so keen. Everyone, go on to H. Is H the label?
H the label.
H
Yep.
the label. We're going to donate as a show and as a listenership $2,000 to the bucket list, mate. So
Unbelievable,
we're
gang.
gonna, we want to make sure he ticks off as many things as possible, mate.
Oh, thanks so much. That's unreal.
We're going to do that as well, mate. So everything, as you said, go get the H. Go and help tick off this bucket list stuff. What's the plan now? So you're going to dive and stay just doing this, or what are we doing work-wise and travelling?
Yeah, true. Yep. Well, there's a whole mixed bag, but I think off the cuff, it's I wanted to free up probably the next 12 months to pursue a bit of travel, but really just dig into this.
Yeah.
So Kate, my partner, she's gone full noise into it as well. So she's really just keeping this thing alive at the moment, which is unreal, doing all the heavy lifting in the back end. But we're actually loving this journey, and so I want to sort of try and grow this as much as we can and make the best kit we possibly can as well. Because H is, he reckons he's, while he's got school, he's able to work 1 day a week and pump out drawings at the moment. So he's let me know that I can only do 1 day. Well, okay, mate, no worries. We'll try and get this charge in as much as we can, forming a good little team around it as well, which would be fun. And then the rest of it, mate, just staying really curious and open to other opportunities and just see what arises. And as you said, like if coaching and the footy environment is something that I feel like I really want to dive into in 12 months' time or whatever it is, then I can pursue that again. But at the moment, just really loving this journey and see how we go with H.
Love that, mate. Having a kick?
Oh, so there we go.
Body okay?
Literally on the way here, I had 2 calls with clubs, and one of them being the mighty Leongatha Parrots, who were trying to drag me back there. Which, look, part of me would love to go and do that. My brother Az is still having a kick, and a bunch of mates. Yeah, they just played in their 8th straight grand final on the weekend, got done. Traralgon were pretty handy. Leongatha Parrots, vicious mascot. The
Parrots.
The mighty Parrots. But part of me would love to go back there and have a kick at some point. So we'll see how we go.
Good on you, mate. Well done to you and Kate, mate, for doing this. It's actually it's so good. So, footy this week. Do you watch much footy now or not?
I do enjoy footy. Yeah, probably sort of later part of my career, didn't watch as much. Like I used to be obsessed when I was young. I'd watch every single game. I probably knew most of your stats, mate. Pick 10 to the Gold Coast. So we came through the same year, actually.
We did,
in the draft.
We were together.
Do you remember the night?
The draft night
Did you
itself.
sort of have a chat and you go like,
pick 8, pick 10.
Yeah, well, I was on first. They did 10-1.
Oh, true that.
So I was actually the first pick of the night. Dice was second. So I was you get up there and then you go off stage and then you come back up there and do a horrible photo. You get the dreads.
Yeah, true that.
Well.
It was nasty.
Bring the dreads back.
You look back, a lot of people saying bring them back, but they were well and truly
Can
done.
I'm a big hair guy.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of what consumes most of my
Love that.
footy watching, week. Talk me through it. Were you working on it clearly through high school?
Yeah.
To get to that point? Because you don't just decide overnight to get dreads.
It's a wash job, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a full no wash job. It's
Okay.
pretty crook. So I reckon when I got drafted, I had sort of matted long hair. I didn't have quite the full noise dreads, but I literally used a block of surf wax that you would put on a surfboard. And I just twisted it in my hair and didn't wash it once. No shampoo or conditioner, but I would shower, obviously. Yeah. Keep it fresh that way. And then eventually it just, knotted up that much that it turned into dreadlocks. And then just ran them for 10 years.
Actual surf wax?
Yeah, yep. Wow. Just the sex wax that you get that you smack on your board.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Smell the hair smell at all? Not really.
I didn't think it did. So I don't know, maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Someone's tackled you and go, fuck me.
And I roguely, this is a bit rogue, but so the day I shaved my hair, which was pretty cool in itself, so the bushfires that ripped through Gippsland at the time, I was thinking, what can we do to try and raise as much funds as we can And Kate had been, pushing for a couple of years to knock the locks off. So we decided to do a big fundraiser behind it, and everyone rallied. And I think we raised maybe 350 odd K for the bushfire appeal down there, and shaved the head. But I've still got the dreads at home in a bag somewhere. So if there's any sickos out there that have a bit of a hair fetish,
there would be.
Ollie's like, at home.
Ollie?
I mean, you can see we're starting to sort of
will.
add things to our set.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know what we'd do.
Ollie would just take him home and get a bit weird with him, I think. Just
a
bit behind closed doors
private
moment.
reflection period.
Yeah, legit. So, anyways.
Grand final this week. You doing the lap of honour?
I am.
Oh,
True.
huge.
Yeah,
Good weather for it.
That'll be fun. Yeah, it should be nice. So we've got the little retirees function, which will be good catching up with some crew.
Is that pre-grand
That's
final?
yep. So that'll be at the game. I think that kicks off about midday, more so actually, which was a great honour, this one. So there's a futures game on. So the best 46 kids, 2 teams playing before the granny that are eligible to be drafted next year. And they name the 2 teams after some retiring players. So we've got Team Heppell v Team Sloan.
Oh, that's huge.
Which is pretty cool.
Wow.
So I was like, I've got my own team running out on the G on grand final day, which is
so
pretty
you got your own
sick.
team, you do a lap.
Yep,
You have a
lapping.
function. Are you behind glass for the game? A few beers?
Yes, a bit of a
Must be
comedy.
nice.
Yes. Yep, a few beers and a feed, and that'll be good fun. Be a good day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well done. Well, who's your tip? What are you thinking?
Well, look, geez, it's been a funny season in itself, and you'd like to think Swannies are in the box seat, but part of me really wants to go for Brizzy. Yeah.
That's what we're going. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. No, I'm thinking we'll get on the Brizzy train.
Yeah.
Big Joey D up there. I'm thinking if Joey can have a bit of a day, if he can kick 3 or 4, I think they get over the line, and he may be a little sniff of the norm.
He's a bit of a weirdo, isn't he? We're all weirdos. Like
We are all a bit weird, but he's a different cat, no
Yeah.
doubt.
So Dan
no
was
doubt.
telling me last week, so doesn't have a TV
Yeah.
and
yes.
lives in New South Wales.
he lives in a different state. Yeah.
No, it's rogue as. And he's just in the hinterland of Byron doing his thing, but like it suits him perfect. He just treks
100%.
up. I think main trainings he might stay in the city with maybe Connor McKenna in the city for a couple of nights and then boots back down with the family.
And
so
doesn't celebrate
there's
goals.
there's not
a lot of-
much.
not a lot of
He
carrying
doesn't
going
give
on.
heaps, does he?
No,
Yeah.
nothing.
I probably gave the most with the prelim, I reckon, I've seen. But
He was animated.
Yeah, he was quite animated. but
yeah.
Yeah, no,
Right.
Joey. He's quite reserved, just does his thing, but it's nice to hear from him every now and then.
Yeah, he's a good man. Hey,
Yeah.
mate, thank you so much for coming in, mate, on the Brizzy train, doing some great things, obviously, with H Label. I have no doubt wherever you go next, you'll succeed, mate, because you're just the best bloke in the world.
Yeah.
And we've loved having you on, mate. So
Confirmed.
thank you so much for coming on, mate.
Boys, so
Appreciate it.
good. Thank
Cheers,
you
mate.
very much. Love your
Thanks,
work.
Bob.
Cheers.
Mate, how good was that? What an unbelievable human being.
Just
doing great things.
the best.
That's a captain of a footy club who's finished his career, doesn't really know what he's going to do, wants to travel, doesn't know what to do with work, and he's spending his time and energy in helping out Harrison and H.
And epic.
It's great
jumpers.
stuff. It's great. I know you've got your eye on this bag of gear here. don't
Yeah, I
you?
was a little flat that it says Dan G on it, but that's okay.
Joey's in the corner as well, just waiting for this to finish so he can put a jumper on. But it's actually unreal. So if you do want to just support, that it's great streetwear. It looks really cool.
Yeah.
As we said, some of those proceeds go to help Harrison and his bucket list. So as a show, we've already donated. So
Yep.
you guys are part of that.
Job done.
I mean, I'll pay for it, but when I do a donation, it'll say from DDF. That's all you guys out there.
Yeah. So if you run into Dyson, you can go, you're welcome.
Yeah. You can. You can say, yeah, you're welcome for that. And if you guys want to donate back to me, like just say $1 each. What are we doing? 60,000 listeners a week. And it will come out in the wash somehow, okay? That's all right. But thank you guys. Listen, big weekend coming up. A huge weekend. Enjoy it. If someone says you can't have a beer at 10 a.m., tell them to get stuffed.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's grand final weekend. They're barking. They're barking loud and they're barking vicious. Mm-hmm. And we cannot wait to see on Monday to see who is
so ready.
the premier, who is the loser as well.
Yeah.
Someone's losing another grand final. We'll see you on Monday. Enjoy it and rip into it.
Imagine what you could be buying instead. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.